As you can see behind us, we're picking up beds today.
It came so hard and so fast, most of them weren't able to get away from it.
Their hooves are burnt off. Their udders are burnt beyond, they can't nurse their babies. Largest fire in the history of our state. As far as losses of livestock in the Panhandle fires, preliminary numbers, about 7,000 head of cattle. That number does not include the number of cattle we're going to have to euthanize. Expect those numbers to go up as we survey the land. We haven't gotten all the counts in.
There's about 3 ranches right here we lease, and we have about a little over 1,000 cows here. This pasture we're standing in, there was 93 cows in it, and there's 6 left.
We have about a little over 11 million head of cattle. So let's say this loss is 10,000. So that's less than 1%. So I don't think it'll have an overall price effect over the whole market as the United States. Locally, it's quite devastating. Talked to one rancher up there, lost 700 head of cows. Another young couple just getting started out lost all of theirs. They had 200 head of cows.
By the time it's all said and done, we're going to have lost probably 200 to 250 head, and that's just cows. We were right in the middle of calving season, so we were 50 to nearly 60% calved out. I've spent the last 15 years building this cow herd up, and you can lose it overnight.
These farmers and ranchers up there, a lot of them are also cotton farmers. They missed a crop last year, they missed a crop the year before, so they're already financially stressed. Those cows right now are worth, from $2,500 to $3,000, and there's no insurance on those. So, that's just a total wipeout. It's going to take those pastures at least 2 years for the grass to come back to where it was. No fences probably for 2 years. My estimate, and this is unofficial, probably 3,000 to 4,000 miles of fencing. These people, cattle that survive, they're probably going to have to either find some other grazing somewhere in the state or another state, or probably sell out and wait until they get their ranch put back together before they can restock. A lot of these ranches are over 100 years old. Let's say you're the 6th, 7th, 8th generation, you're in charge of the family heritage. It becomes, at some point, you no longer own the land.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, also known as the Lashawan Quadash, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus a so-called black man. Wow, just like that, I got to come up with a title for this because, hey, this is, something else, okay? Just like that, a whole generation of farmers is wiped out. They said 5 to 6 generations, okay? And people who, tie their livelihood to this system, you can see when the collapse totally comes, they're going to be devastated, okay? Now, this is the article for the video that was just played. It says more than 7,000 cows have died in Texas Panhandle wildfires, causing a total wipeout. A total, meaning the ranchers lost everything. Cattle, land, it all. It says a total wipeout for many local ranchers, okay? And that's devastating, If you rely on, farming for your livelihood and a wildfire comes and wipe it all out, what are you going to do? They said the land is going to be barren for the next 2 to 3 years. So how are they going to survive? They're going to have to sell off that land. And who's going to buy it? These big corporations, okay? Now, some may argue, that was the plan from the beginning, okay? But whether it was or whether it wasn't, make no mistake about it. We already know that it's been sanctioned, okay, by the Most High. Should a trumpet be blown in the city and evil not come? Right. So I'm just roughly paraphrasing that, but we're going to get that scripture, okay? Because you see it. You can't put your faith or trust in this society, this system, because at any point in time, something like this could happen. And then what are you going to do? Who are you going to run to? Okay? Now, you know these people, these ranchers, they're going to have to go to the big corporations when they offer them a payout, okay? And then they're going to have to, start all over from scratch, man. Hey, that's a tough pill to swallow right there. You got 6 generations that's been handed down from generation to generation, and in a swoop of it, you lose it all. It says a total wipeout for many local ranchers, okay? And they devastated. They already know they got to sell out. They got to let those big corporations come in, buy off that land, probably build houses or some type of smart city and get on with their business, okay? That's a loss. They got to take that loss, okay? But we don't take losses with this truth, okay? Because we know exactly what to expect, okay? And in doing so, we are prepared to lose everything, all right? So it's going to come a time when all hell breaks loose and you're going to have to what? You're going to have to rely on this truth, okay? You're going to have to be willing to give it all up, okay? Everything that you have in this world that you believe is yours, you're going to have to give it up for this truth's sake, okay? And this is just a cautionary tale, okay? Because presumably they had it all. Generations. They never thought that they would, lose everything. And then just like that, a total wipeout, okay? Now they said as far as this impacting the country nationwide, it's only about 1%. But as far as local, it's a very deep impact, okay? As far as the local farming agriculture, this was a major hit for Texas, man. Okay? This was a big famine, all right? This was a big hit for the state of Texas. Now, this article is a little bit over a month ago, March the 8th, okay? It is now April the 22nd or the 23rd, all right? So let's go into it and read it. It says more than 7,000 cows have died in Texas panhandle wildfires, causing a total wipeout for many local ranchers, right? So it goes on to read, the Texas panhandle wildfires are taking a significant toll on the region's agriculture industry, okay? Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller told CBS News on Thursday morning that preliminary numbers show more than 7,000 heads of cattle have died. And like the guy said in the video, he said it was Calvin's calf season where, the cattle was giving birth. So those calves that didn't make it, those cows that were pregnant didn't make it, okay? It's a total wipeout, man. It could all be going in the blink of an eye, okay? Whether Esau Edom has something to do with it or not, we know it's the Most High that sanctions it, okay? So even if Esau Edom wanted to wipe out, all these ranchers so they could come in and bring, new developments and projects and, feed the people whatever type of lab-grown meat they want, the Most High is allowing him to do that. Because why? It tells us that in Psalm 17 and 13. Okay? We're going to get that as well. So it says, more than 7,000 heads of cattle have died in the fires, and that he believes the final total could end up including thousands more. So when it's all said and done, it could be more than 7,000, by thousands of more. It says the state has yet to get all the counts of lost cattle in the fires. He said, adding that the 7,000 death tolls does not include cattle that will have to be euthanized due to their injuries. More than 1 million acres of land have burned up in the fires. Wow. That's devastating, okay? Because it's not just the cattle. They have other crop out there as well. It says, where were we at? The state has yet to get all the counts of lost cattle in the fires. he said, adding that 7,000 death tolls does not include cattle that have to be euthanized due to their injuries. More than 1 million acres of land have burned up in the fires, including the Smokehouse Creek fire, the largest wildfire in Texas history. Okay? And you got to ask yourself, Texas being the Lone Star State, and going against the grain, a while back, I believe a year or two ago, they had the grid go off where they had the coldest winter, and this time they, were having a dispute between the National Guard and, the Texas Ranger because of the migrant issue that they was having down at the border. And then next thing you know, something like this takes place. Okay. So you see, you see what, the division between, the people here in America, man. Okay. So it says the state has yet to get all the counts of lost cattle in the fires, he said, adding that the 7,000 death tolls do not include cattle that will have to be euthanized due to their injuries. More than 1 million acres of land have burned up in the fires, including Smokehouse Creek fire, the largest wildfire in Texas history. Okay, so this was a devastating hit for the state of Texas, man. And you can see, if Esau orchestrated this, but we know the Most High uses him, but you can see how he can starve out a whole town. Not only that, a whole state, okay, which will have people leaving and go into another state where if they don't have the proper credentials, they can't go into that state and purchase things, okay? They're not going to be able to leave out of the state of Texas to go to like, what's another state surrounding Texas? Louisiana. Just for example, unless you have proper credentials, and you're going to have that mark, okay? Now let's see if there's anything else in this article. That's probably it, and that's probably just good enough. So let's go and get a few precepts and let's take it from there. All right, this is the book of St. Matthew 24:7, and it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places." Right. And to see a whole land mass like that, 1 million acres get wiped out, that's a famine, okay? That's showing you that the Most High is not playing. He's judging this place, okay? So whether you want to call it, Esau doing it or not, we know it's the Most High using Esau, okay? Pursuant to Psalm 17 and what? Let's go there. This is Psalm 17 and verse 13. It reads, "Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." Okay? So the wicked we know is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the Most High Yahweh, he uses him as his sword. So yes, although Esau could have been behind these wildfires, we know that essentially it's the Most High that uses him to do these things, okay? So whether it was, directly from the Most High or whether the Most High used Esau, Edom, we know that all things are done by the Most High. Amos, what is that? Amos 3 and 6, it says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and Yahweh have not done it?" Right? Yahweh is the one who allows these things to happen. So these people in Texas, these ranchers, hey, this is the work done by the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. He took out that land, okay? 1 million acres going just like that. 7,000 plus cattle wiped off, okay? Those ranchers are going to have to sell that land in order to, keep afloat, okay? And they're more than likely going to sell it to some big time name corporations. That's probably going to go in there and rebuild and put cities over there. So that once flourishing industry in the state of Texas that, had cattle, it's not going to be replaced with, houses and urban development, okay? So that's how they come in, they take and seize land, okay? Just like that, all right? So Amos 3:6 says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and Yahweh have not done it? That's right. Yahweh is behind everything. And that's what you're going to come to find to realize, okay? Yahweh is behind everything, okay? Earthquakes in diverse places, famine, pestilence, okay? Yahweh is behind it all right? So although the state of Texas is small in the sense that, its cattle only accounts for 1% of the nationwide, beef, it's huge in the state of Texas. That was a huge impact. That was a devastating impact for the state of Texas, okay? 10,000 cattle gone, and on top of that, the land as well for the next 2 to 3 years. That means the state of Texas is going to have to go elsewhere to find grazing land for the cattle if they get any more, if they are able to sustain this type of impact, for the next 2 or 3 years, okay? Outside of that, who knows how they're going to get by, okay? Not saying that, you have to eat meat, but just showing you, okay, how things could, potentially, go awry. So you have to be prepared for this, all right? You have to be prepared because it's going to come a time when we are going to be tried, okay? Whether or not you want to keep your house, your apartment, your job, whatever you think you got, it's going to come a time, the hour of temptation, where we all going to be tried on this earth, okay? Whether or not you want to acquiesce to the beast system and keep everything you got, or are you willing to walk away from it all, okay? So this is a, cautionary tale. Once again, another cautionary tale that we can learn from, all right? Because although this is happening to these ranchers, who's to say it can't happen to us? And we have to be prepared. We have to be in that mindset that we have to be able to, walk away from it all, okay? Now let's see if this is the book of 2nd Esdras. 15. All right, this is 2nd Esdras 15, and let's jump down to verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, because if you don't have the proper credentials, you're not going to be able to just walk in like you have the carte blanche to do right now. You're not going to be able to just go all, nilly-willy into another town, into another city. You're going to have the appropriate credentials, and that's going to be on that device, okay? So you could see a situation like this playing out where there's a famine in this town, and in order for you to get something to eat or something like that, you're going to have to go into the next town, and if you don't have the appropriate credentials, they're not going to deal with you, okay? So it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. And we see in 2nd Ezra 6:22, it says what? Let's see if we can go there. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right, so there's going to come a time, when Jacob's trouble is in the, peak, in the midst, that certain places are going to be empty. Stores in certain towns, they're going to be, completely empty. And you're going to have to leave and find food elsewhere. And unless you got that mark, you're not going to be served and deal, because it says what? If you don't have that mark, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, okay? So this is a time that's coming near and dear. Hey, and if you're not prepared, you're going to be food for the prey, food for the lion. All right? So back to 2nd Ezra's Salakia 15. And picking up at 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. This is all going into Jacob's trouble, okay? It's going to be like a time that was never seen before. So you just seeing this little example of, these ranchers losing everything and probably going to have to sell out in order to, save face and to save whatever little bit they got. We're going to learn from this, because we're going to know it's going to be a time on this earth where everybody's going to be tried, okay? Whatever you got, whether it's a house, a car, whatever, you're going to be tried. Do you want to keep all that, or do you want to forsake it and gain the kingdom, okay? Because you can't have it both ways, okay? You can't serve the Most High and Mammon. Let's go there. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6. Let's see. And 24. This is St. Matthew 6 and 24. It reads, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. Okay? So it's going to come a time where you may be like these ranchers, have accumulated wealth over generation, over generation, over generation, and then all of a sudden, the mark hits. And now in order for you to keep all that, that you believe you have acquired, you're going to have to receive this mark, okay? And what are you going to do? If the spirit is not dealing with you, you're going to take that mark. And the thing about it is, you're going to know what the mark is. But because the spirit is not dealing with you, you're going to take that mark anyways, okay? And that's a cold thing, man. For you to know what it is and still be able to take it. That shows you that the Most High wasn't dealing with you, okay? And it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon, okay? So you can't have it both. You're not going to be able to take that mark and have it all on this side and then think by some, sheer coincidence that you're going to be able to make it out of here, okay? And then serve the Most High and go into the kingdom. No. If you take that mark, you going down right along with this place, okay? You're going to drink of that cup of indignation right along with this place, all right? So although these cattle were, wiped off and were marked off as a loss, hey, you're gonna have to lose it all for the Most High's sake, okay? Let's go there. Matthew 19. And let's jump down to verse 20. Want to start at 28 or 29? Let's start at 28. It says, and Yahweh shall said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 29, and every one that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands. Okay? So yes, you're going to have people that have land, like these ranchers. And in order for them to, keep it, they're going to be faced with the opportunity to either take the mark or not. Okay? And what does it say? Or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So if you forsake this place, for Yahweh's sake, you're going to receive 100-fold plus more. Okay? So yes, it's going to come a time when you're going to be tried. That's prophecy. Revelation. Let's read it. This is prophecy, man. Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. What? Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So it's going to try everyone that dwells upon the earth, because everyone buys and sells, okay? And in order for you to continue to buy and sell on this grid, you're going to have to receive that mark. Slakia, Revelation. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. 13:16. And he causes all. Who is he? Esau Edom, so-called white man. And he causes all. He's going to mandate this. All, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What else? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So in order for you to buy and sell on this system, you're going to have to receive that mark, okay? And if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to have somewhere to sleep at. And you're not going to be able to, go about your everyday walk of life, okay? And that's the fear that the people are going to be faced with, all right? And let's go there and read that. 2 Timothy. This is 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, for the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we have a sound mind in this truth, knowing that what? We're going to have to walk away from it all eventually. Okay? So we not counting it as a loss. We count it as a gain, because we gain in the kingdom through Yahweh Shai. All right? So we can't wait for this to take place. Okay? Because we know it's one step closer to us getting up out of here. Now for the others that don't believe, it tells us in what? Let's go there. What is that? Amos 5. This is Amos 5:18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. Right? So those that don't know the truth and don't even call on the true names, what purpose or what benefit is it to them that they should want the day of the Lord to come? None, because they don't even know who the Lord is. Okay? They don't know his name. They don't know anything about him. But us in the truth, we are hastening for this day, okay? So we look forward to it, okay? We know it's not going to be all sugar and nice. We know we're going to have to go through it, but we have faith, okay? We believe, according to scriptures, that we're going to be taken care of. Isaiah 65:13. You got to believe this, man. This is Isaiah 65 in verse 13. Salakia, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Almighty, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right, so we're going to be taken care of, and we fully believe this, okay? So we don't care. We have to lose it all, okay? Because we know we're going to be taken care of, and we're going to get it all back plus more, okay? Salakia. So seeing this is just a reminder that we're going to have to lose it all eventually anyways, man. So 7,000 cows, you go into the number 7, which is, fulfillment, completion, 1,000,000 acres. Hey, we ready to lose it all for Yahweh Shai's sake. Okay? St. Luke 9:24, because we not doing it for our sake. Okay? This is St. Luke 9 and verse 24. Salaki, it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life, here's the key point, for my sake, the same shall save it. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking, okay? So we know it's going to come a time where we're going to be, faced with that hour of temptation where, hey, you're going to have to show exactly what you believe, okay? Are you willing to walk away from it all? And we pray that the Most High keep that spirit on us, the Holy Spirit, that we will be ready to walk away from it all, okay? So, whether it's 7,000 cattle or 1,000,000 acres, we are ready to lose it all for Yahweh Shai's sake, man. Because there's nothing left here on this side that's worth anything anyways, okay? Everything that's worth something is on the other side in the kingdom, man. Everything, okay? So we got to stay in that mindset, okay? The Most High did not give us the spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. Salakia, Isaiah 33:6. Let's jump there. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right. So that's the fear, man. Is his treasure. Okay. So we fear in Yahweh. Okay. A good understanding is all them that keep his commandments. All right. So this is the time to, build yourself up in the faith. Is that Psalms 111 and 10? It says, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. Right, so this is the time to build yourself up. Get it all in while you can. Okay, you're going to need all of that faith and belief when all hell breaks loose, okay? You're going to need to keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, building up your faith, reading and listening to the videos and taking heed, okay? All leading to your salvation in the end, which you're not going to deliver yourself on your own. You're going to have faith in Yahweh Shai, okay? Because we're not getting out of this situation on our own, okay? Not by any stretch of the imagination are you getting out of this predicament by yourself, on your own, okay? You're going to need help from on high. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? This is Nahum 1 and 7. It says, Yahweh is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. Right? So if you're not showing that you trust in him by having faith and believing, and not just by saying it with your mouth, but doing it with your actions, by attempting to try to keep these laws, statute, commandments to the best of your abilities, showing you that what? You actually have faith and believe. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't try to keep them, okay? You would just have lip service and talk, okay? And we know, pursuant to Matthew 15, 8 and 9, that what? Let's read it, because, you know, there's many that say they believe and they just talk with their lips, okay? So this is Matthew 15, verses 8. And it says, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart, their mind is far from me. Right. They don't even attempt to try to do the work of the Most High. They just talk with their lips. Okay. So it says, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Verse 9, but in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of man. Right. And that's a doctrine that all you have to do is, you know, confess with your mouth that the Lord is your savior and you should be saved. No, you got to do the works as well, man. You got to show the action with your works, okay? You just can't run off with the mouth and say that you believe in the Lord and you don't even try to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. No, man. That's why we read in Revelation 3 and 10. Okay, let's go there again before we close out, just in case you need a recap. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. And it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Okay, you have to actually do something. You have to keep, which is showing an action. You have to continuously endure in this thing. Okay, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, that what? Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right. So this cattle, although it was insignificant in the overall scope of things, we can take a lesson and learn from it that what? We're going to have to lose it all for Yahweh's sake anyways, okay? So whether you got land, cattle, a good career, a job, whatever you want to call it, a nice house, your dream house, whatever, you're going to have to walk away from it all when that hour of temptation comes that's going to try the whole world, man. So get in that mindset, okay? So you don't have to get ready because you're going to already be ready, okay? Let's read one more. Back in 2nd Ezra 16, chapter 16 this time. And let's just jump down to it. 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 40. It says, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, okay? So already be ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? Because you don't want to be caught off guard. So you got to stay ready, okay? So it says 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth, right? Because you're going to have to walk away from it all, okay? You're going to be on the run, okay? You're going to be constantly moving, okay? Because you're not going to have anything to go to, all right? But guess what? The Most High is going to take care of you. He's going to provide you with food to eat, water to drink, somewhere to, cover your head at night. He's going to take care of you, okay? You got to have faith. You got to believe, okay? And by doing and keeping his law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, that shows that you have faith and believe because you actually put forth an action, okay? And in doing so, he's going to take care of you. He's going to fight for you, okay? So it says 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, okay? Get ready. Make you ready. Don't be, one of those ones that get caught off guard and don't know what the hell's going on. You're going to be like a sitting duck out there, okay? It says, make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So you got to be ready to move. You got to be ready to be on the run, be on the go, as they say, okay? you ain't gonna be able to get comfortable. Okay, you might get a couple of nights of good sleep, but you may be on the run, on the move for the next 2 or 3 days, okay, or however long. All right, but the Most High is going to be fighting for you, and He's going to be guiding you. Okay, what is that? Proverbs 3:4. It says, verse 5, it says, trust in Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. So He's going to be directing our paths in those times, okay? He's going to be leading us, all right? The Spirit is going to be working with us, okay? We just going to have to, listen and take heed, all right? So, hey, be ready, man. All right, be ready to lose it all, okay? These 7,000 cattle, and 1,000,000 acres, that's nothing, man. You got land, hey, it's going to come a time where you're going to have to be, either you keep that land that you got, or you're going to, lose it for Yahweh Shai's sake, okay? It shouldn't be a second guess which one you should do, okay? Give it up, man. Because if you take that mark, that's your what. Revelation 14:9-10. That's it for you. All right. So let's go ahead and close out in 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. All right. Now it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay. And yeah, he probably had something to do with this, so he can get that land and, build whatever he want to build on it. But hey, we sober and we watching, so we know we going to be ready for the battle whenever he get ready to make his move, okay? Whenever he gets ready to implode this system, this economy, this dollar, and bring forth his new world, currency, his agenda, his order, we going to already be ready, man. Okay, we gonna already be ready for the battle, man. We gonna know, okay, hey, it's that time. It's that time we've been reading about and hearing about, and now it's finally here. This is it. It's gonna be exciting and nervous at the same time, because you never been in a situation like this, but guess what? You're gonna have to rely on the Most High, and He gonna show you His wonders. He gonna show you His miracles, okay? He gonna show you how He works for you, okay? We gonna see it. We gonna be living in it, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. while Edom's world is burning and going down, ours is coming up, baby. In order for us to come up, they got to go down. Ain't no way else around it, man. In order for us to come up, they got to go down, man. 2nd Ezra 6:9. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is it, the beginning of. And Jacob is it. Let me go there and get it. Stumbling too much, man. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Okay. So in order for us to come up, they got to come down. And this is the last heathen to rule, okay? And we got next. And our next is eternal, okay? It's forever, all right? So, hey, be ready, man. We here. Esau got to make his move, but we going to be ready. We making ourselves ready for the battle right now, so we don't got to get ready. We going to stay ready, okay? We going to stay ready, all right? So whether he want to, use a wildfire to burn out 7,000 cattle and, scorch 1,000,000 acres of land so he could bring forth his next, move, his agenda, or whether he getting ready to, implode this economy, crash the markets so that he can bring forth his new currency. We gonna be ready, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, like I said, but also it's gonna be, a little nerve-wracking, okay? Because we ain't never been nothing like this. We ain't never been through nothing like this, but through the scriptures, we seeing it. Okay, we visualizing it. We know how it's going to be. And we trust and believe in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and he's going to direct our paths, all right? So we're going to be taken care of. Now, this is 1 Peter 5 and 8. We're going to read it this time, and then we're going to close out. This 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8, and it reads, be sober, okay? The Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear, all right? So be sober, be vigilant, continue to watch. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. It's going to be some that don't know what the hell is going on, okay? And those are going to be the ones that he going to be looking to pick off. Easy prey, all right? That's going to be his first target, to get the easy ones out the way, okay? And then he going to come for the ones that know a little something. And then he going to eventually come for us, okay? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the good Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.